Hi, I want to discuss something that's going to be very important as an introductory concept to my philosophy and the way I look at life. And this is going to be very meaningful for answering the questions, the most important question that a person can ask: how should I live? What is the proper way for me to live my life? What is virtue? What is justice? Can we know these things? People talk about the divinity and spiritual concepts. Is there a window to that? Is there any connection with that? Is there any reality to that? So these concepts I'm going to deal with, but before I can, I need to talk about different types of knowledge, because this is going to relate to what we can know about the divine. Well, there's one type of knowledge which is called analytic knowledge. That means knowledge which is true, and it has to be true. It's, for instance, 2 plus 2 equals 4. Mathematical knowledge is considered analytic knowledge. Propositions of logic: if A is true and B is true, if A implies B and B implies C, and if you know A and A, then you know C. These things are analytic knowledge. Synthetic knowledge is knowledge which is true, but doesn't have to be true. For instance, there's a continent between Asia and Europe, which is true. But it doesn't. The world could have been created in a world that didn't have to be true. So those are two types of knowledge. Now there's two types of ways of gaining knowledge. One is a priori. That's knowledge which is, we know, not by observation, not based on observation. And then there's knowledge which is based on observation. Now, let me just say that, so one is called a priori, the other is called posteriori. So, the question that Immanuel Kant asks: is it possible to know synthetic knowledge a priori? That means, to put it simply, that's called like the thing in itself. Can we know anything about an object himself, or the fact that I have, let's say, a piece of paper in my hand? That just I can see it, I can feel it. But how do we know that this actually relates to the actual piece of paper? So that's like synthetic knowledge. That can we know that a priori? So I want to deal with that question in a different video. Thank you very much.